So, what is management by objectives? Let's take the example of John. John is an employee of Crédito Agrícola, a Portuguese company. Even though the business is going well, John is desperate since he feels lost and not motivated. He doesn't understand what is expected from him and he feels he is not contributing to the company's objectives. After talking with his two consultant friends, Madeleine and Manuel, he came up with the idea of introducing management by objectives in the company. But what is it after all? The idea of MBO was first outlined by Peter Drucker in 1954 and it was really popular in the 60s and 70s. In fact, several big prestigious companies introduced this tool in their corporate strategy. As John, managers frequently get lost on the activity trap, meaning they get so involved in their current activities that they often lose sight of the original goals. MBO came as a response to that. It is a management model that aims to improve an organization's performance by clearly defining goals that are agreed by both management and employees. But how does it work in practice? Companies that want to introduce MBO should follow the following steps. First, definition of the firm's overall goals by top management. Second, establishment of a series of objectives for each employee by middle management. Third, link of the objectives with incentives by the software system. Fourth, progress and goals achievement measurement. Fifth, feedback on performance given to employees and adjustment of training to their capabilities. And lastly, incentives distribution based on performance. Does it work? There have been more than 1,000 academic experiments focused on the MBO's effectiveness. 90% of them have in fact found that MBO has a positive impact on performance. Its main advantages are helping individuals and teams to focus on goals achievement, allowing staff performance assessment and highlighting their needs for improvement, assessing whether to maintain or change course, increasing motivation, and guaranteeing that everyone is on the same page as employees have a better knowledge of the organizational goals. One practical example of MBO success is HP, as its founder states that no operating policy has contributed more to its success than MBO has. However, MBO also has some disadvantages, such as employees neglecting important matters not included in their goals list, corrosion of the workplace's internal culture, being too bureaucratic, difficulty on defining objectives, temptation to indulge in unethical behaviors, and focus only on outcome goals. Despite its huge potential, even MBO's founder declares that MBO is not a great cure for management inefficiency since it only works when the goals are known, yet 90% of the time they are not. In order to overcome these disadvantages, companies should define challenging yet attainable goals, since if they are too easy, employees are not motivated, but if they are too difficult, employees are frustrated. Define clear and simple goals, as studies show that employees perform better that way than if their only instruction was to perform as better as possible. Define SMART goals that are specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-sensitive. Guarantee top management commitments, since research showed that it leads to higher average gains in productivity. And reestablish goals frequently, as Deloitte recently found that those which set goals quarterly were nearly 4 times more likely to be top performers. Now that John explained to the board of directors how an MBO can improve their company's performance, they decided to implement it. In 2011, Crédito Agrícola developed a software called XRP, Management by Objectives. It was divided in 2 main processes, one focused on the employee's results evaluation and another ensuring that the right objectives were assigned to the right people based on a competences analysis. This system allowed Crédito Agrícola to identify each employee's objectives and track its completion, inform employees about the company's goals, allow employees to track the evolution of their current and past performance, understand which are each employee's main competences to define suitable objectives, evaluate performance with a 360-degree feedback, and allow comparison of self and supervisor's evaluation. John was confident that the new system would solve the main problems he was facing. He believed Crédito Agrícola would be able to improve employees' motivation, track their performance to find improvement opportunities, identify training needs, increase fairness in the rewarding process, maximize employees' efficiency by matching objectives with their main competencies, and raise profits. From 2012 onwards, results were clearly positive as all employees were involved in the software's introduction, motivation and happiness increased as 97% of employees were satisfied in the workplace, the training process improved as 93% of the employees were trained according to their needs, the number of employees actively working increased, and the company's image improved as Crédito Agrícola was nominated the best insurance company in Portugal both in 2013 and 2015. John was thrilled with the reached results and expects them to be even more positive in the future. Currently, he is finding ways to improve the system, but MBO is definitely a tool that will continue to be used by the company.
Created using Powtoon.